Hi my friends and students, welcome back to a new video. All my little brothers and sisters, today I am here with a new topic and new subject. Okay, this is our class 11 history books and civics. Okay, and today, before starting the lecture or the video, let me know about you this number. This is a very special number, and this number is a video. So okay, me. This is a number where you guys can contact me for learning on one-on-one live class. Okay, for learning coaching about spoken English. No matter where are you from, which country, who are you a boy or a girl or a small child or a old people. If anyone who is watching this video and you guys want to talk fluently clear English like me, you guys can learn here just like rupees simple 299. And based on your background, based on your current financial situation, I can also give you some extra discounts such as minus 30%, okay, 40. And if you guys are from foreign, just only $200, 20 reals. This much very low charge for you guys to learn, okay, English. Now, okay, let's come back to the topic. Today in this video, this is a textbook of ICSE history for class 9. In this video, the book was wrote by Chandrima Basu Majumdar and Adwaiti Basu. I already told you about these two characters, okay, earlier in this video. Now we will start from the social and religious movement. Directly from this social and religious movement, let me tell about the unit interview and give you an introduction. So, during the 19th century, the social life and cultures in India was very limited and was dependent on the past. On the 19th century, the Indian economy or the Indian current sociological or religious factors were dependent on the past. Okay, whatever incidents or the manifestation and the religious books were written on those factors, the Indian 19th century was been dependent. The social cultures of the 18th century were marked by stagnation. Okay, the social cultures of the 18th century were marked by stagnation, superstition, and social evils which filled up the people's mentalities. On this time, people just believed that black magic, superstitions, and rivalries, and the Gitanjalis, okay, and all the religious factors more than science and mathematics. The British took control after the revolt of 1857. After the revolt happened in 1857, the new Renaissance was also known. The British took control of the administration and political powers in India during that time. During that very time, India, the British took over of our control on these factors on which India's people are facing hesitation. Okay, now this at least to some extent made an impact on the prevalent Indian story, which was beginning to be modified. Now they are already planning in some other plans to be modifying these kind of things. Okay, they have already planned and gone ahead many things, and they are just to execute these plans to change in this mindset of the peoples. Now, this at least to some extent made an impact on the prevalent Indian society, which was beginning to be modified. Now, they were just going to modify. A social movement was held in the 19th century. Then, as you guys all know, the God plans, something happened in the social movement. Okay, what happened? A mass movement, but in Europe took from the mass movement. Europe took part. Europe, that is now the capital. Okay, it was the capital of the France or the United Kingdom that took part in the mass movement with India. Okay, now why did it took part? It was only spread over the elite classes and educated people in India. It was only been popular in the high level rich classes in India to that take part in this mass movement. But in India, it took a completely different turn. It was only spread over the elite classes and educated people in India. The rest of the people played no major role in the Indian social movement. Even many European philosophers and missionaries eventually came to India and they put their valuable creations for the Indian people. For instance, far reaching changes that took place in the 18th century affected the Indian society and partially ended the stagnation, superstitions, and limitations of our society, such as abolition of sati, passing of Child Marriage Act, establishment of girls' schools with marriage. Now, whatever they were taking part, I think that this was a pretty good because you know what was happening. They were talking about sati means whenever the earlier the females died, they have to the husband dies, they used to burn and bury the female along with the husband. Sati now widow remarriage. It was not allowed for a girl who didn't have a husband to remarry again. Okay, so the British changed these rules, and also the small girls, Bal Vivah, that is also known as, they were getting married at the age of 11 and 12. Okay, even my own grandmother was being getting married at the age of 12. Just imagine, she was just 12 as so innocent girl, and she's getting married to someone else, and she had to stay far away from parents. This is so hard, guys. Just imagine, will you be able to live away still now at this age? You are not mature enough to get live alone from your parents. Impact of the modern ideas in Europe on Indian administration. See, do you guys can see this? Who is this? This guy is known as Jeremy Bentham. Okay, now why is this guy so important? Jeremy Bentham took a huge part on utilitarianism, the normative ethic in the branch of moral philosophy that is defined with criteria of what is morally right and what is morally wrong. Now, this guy was deciding that morally, because all guys have some psychological and own discussing dependent factor. That is this topic correct or not? Moral means your own sense, what you feel for others and how you feel for others, make you feel for others. Now, it defines some moral rules which are directly related to our actions, now institutions and mode of life. Utilitarianism is a theory which is emphasized on normative ethics or moral ethics of our life. The theory of utilitarianism was first proposed by Jeremy Bentham during the 18th and 19th centuries. James Mill was the philosopher who propagated the theory of utilitarianism in India. Now, utilitarianism is a theory in normative ethics which can define the morality of actions. Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, these were the two greatest philosophers of all that time, okay? And they always took actions in human life. The greatest happiness principle states that a moral action is one that maximizes utility. Now, what is a moral action? Okay, about philosophy, they that Jeremy Bentham always used to say that whenever you use something, how better you utilize it means how goodly utilize and don't waste anything. That is the moral ethics. Now, pleasure or happiness is only the thing that has intimistic value. Now, what is pleasure means to get something enjoyment, and happiness is to be happy and feel good. Okay, it is only thing that has intrinsic value. Actions are right so far as they produce happiness, wrong so far as they produce unhappiness. Now, actions are right so far as they produce happiness, wrong so far as they produce unhappiness. Everyone's happiness counts equal. Okay, now their moral ethic was that everyone who has right to be lived, and as a child or a man doesn't matter, as a woman or a children doesn't matter, or either he she or everything, okay, else everything doesn't matter, everyone has right to be happy. So yeah, this is our Indian history. This is how the British came and changed the history in some about little good, but mostly they tortured our Indian people. Okay, that's why they got blamed. Otherwise, I would say that they have helped to improve our India a lot. So guys, if you guys understood about today's video, so भूलना मत वीडियो को लाइक करना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना, ठीक है। और अगर आपको सही में सीखना है ना भाई, तो लेट मत करो यार, लेट मत करो। ऑलरेडी मेरे और सिर्फ 2 सीट खाली है, 3 बच्चे ऑलरेडी अप्लाई कर चुके हैं। जल्दी से इसमें आओ, एडमिशन लो, हम लोग शुरू करते हैं। सिर्फ 2 महीने के अंदर मैं आप लोग को नहीं सिखा पाया तो पैसे वापस जाओ। ओके, तो आज के लिए रखते हैं यहीं, बाय गाइस। और वीडियो को अच्छे से बार बार देखना, याद करना इस पढ़ाई को, एग्जाम में आने वाली चीज़। बाय।